everybody has heard about this, the now infamous Katt Williams interview, Club
Yeah,
Shay Shay.
this is crazy.
Insanity.
Yeah, I mean, this came across my feed, and first of all, Kat has been really out of the spotlight for quite some time. More known for maybe his arrest or some crazy stuff he's doing at Target with a Target employee. But obviously, shoot, when I was in high school, this dates me, but what, back in the 04, 05, like one of the hottest comedians out. And it's kind of gone through his ups and downs. But, this Club Shay Shay podcast, we were tracking it since the outset because right when I actually watched it the day it got posted, a 2.5 hour podcast, and I'm listening to it. I'm just like laughing hysterically because of the way he was talking about certain individuals. So, I mean, those first 30 minutes, Shannon was trying to get a question in, but Kat just said, I got a dissertation. This is going to be a monologue. You're going to have to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. However, he did the right thing there. 56 million views as of February 1st, 3.1 billion estimated impressions. Shannon Sharpe gained 108 new Instagram followers. Club Shay Shay's podcast gained 136,000 new followers. Katt Williams gained over 402,000 followers, all from this moment. I've never seen, Kayla, and tell me if you agree, more clips and clip downs from just social, like looking for receipts. And I haven't seen someone go this viral in a long, long time where everybody was so hung up on every word, on every statement over the course of the 2.5 hours. But yeah, almost immediately people started posting their favorite clips and also going out there and looking for the receipts that he was talking about, which a lot of the times the receipts were there.
They absolutely were there. I agree that this is like a phenomenon that we haven't seen in a while. I saw a Twitter post where someone's saying, we're all on here live tweeting this podcast interview as if it's a game or an award show, which is something that I don't think has been done before. So it's interesting to see like the immediate reaction and interesting to see how the Club Shay Shay team capitalized on it.
Yeah, I want to break that down in a second. But again, there's no such thing as content that's too long, just too boring. And here's another example where I think a lot of us marketers say, Gen Z and their attention span is only 15 seconds and you got to be quick and you got to move. And yes, we understand the idea. We talk about in this podcast on my social media all the time about pattern interruptions, vertical content, lo-fi content, hooking the audience in the first 3 seconds. However, if Katt Williams wants to go off for 2.5 hours, you might have half the country watching this whole freaking full 2.5 hours, which is pretty insane. But yeah, we dug into what Club Shay Shay did. Obviously, they knew what happened when they walked off that set that day, and they knew it was going to do well, but they couldn't have predicted this type of success this quickly. But they really did a great job, and I really want us marketers to study what they did. I'd love to talk to their team, by the way, in the future, but they posted an additional 37 short clips in that first week. All of those garnered about 34.8 million views on their own, but he talked about Kevin Hart. He talked about Steve Harvey. He talked about Jonathan Majors. He talked about, and all those were clip downs, whether they were, we saw some, Kayla, that were 2 minutes, some were 24 minutes, but different thumbnail, a clickbait type title, Katt Williams addresses Kevin Hart controversy, whatever the title was. So forevermore, people are going to stumble across these clips. And then that's the macro content was at 2.5 hours, but the amount of micro content they created on YouTube, on Instagram, cut downs, vertical, minute or less, 12 minutes or more, it was absolutely insane. And I would say that Shannon Sharpe and Club Shay Shay squeezed every ounce of potential out of this viral moment, which we see so many brands fumble. Like, this is why, we love working with our clients, because if we can see a moment like this and we can put gasoline on the fire. But so many brands have a moment like this, they just keep the full macro content out, never do any cut downs, they never do any different thumbnails. They never look at the most clickbaity ways to get people inside of this funnel, if you will. And it's incredible. What's funny is Katt gained over 400,000 followers. He didn't capitalize at all on this. Now he was smart enough, I think, to launch tickets for his tour, which I think sold out immediately because everybody wants to see him go off. But if Katt had a team, and he would have, I think could go easy, Kayla, over 1 million followers, if he was also doing cut downs or just asking Club Shay Shay to do collab posts. These small tweaks in these viral moments can mean the difference. So kudos to Shannon Sharpe, kudos to Club Shay Shay. They obviously knew that it was going to be a hot interview, but once they knew it was going crazy and it was definitely the most viewed interview in the history of their account, they did everything possible to squeeze every ounce of potential out of that moment. And again, another thing that should be studied and should be revered is really how they capitalize on this one.
I agree. And I think they're keeping the momentum going because by the time this episode airs, they've got a new episode coming on Club Shay Shay with Monique. And
Oh, goodness gracious.
we all know that there's been a lot of controversy surrounding her for years.
Well, this goes back to like people, you know, there's a reason we like reality shows, whether it's The Bachelor and Bachelorette or whether it's Jersey Shore back in the day, getting drunk and getting fights at the bar. I think humans like drama. They like, you know, shit talking, to be honest. And not a lot of celebrities are willing to kind of talk about some of these people in the media. You could argue whether it was amazing to do that or not, or is he affecting other people? I think he was sued by Kevin Hart and Steve Harvey for libel or disinformation or whatever it may be. But I think, yeah, if you can clip down a Monique spot where she goes off on the CEO of Netflix, which we've seen in the past, like it's going to get views and then people are going to watch some macro content. So you got to kind of find that balance where you don't want to be a character of yourself if you're Club Shay Shay just getting the most ridiculous statements ever from these people maybe in the spotlight, but we know it works too. So you got to find that happy medium for sure.
I think they're doing a great job of that. Such good stories today.
Yeah, but I love the science behind both. I love how Stanley capitalized. I love how Katt Williams, Club Shay Shay capitalized on the Katt Williams drama, if you will. But really, it was amazing to me. Again, I haven't seen that probably in my career where so many people started going off and creating their own content and finding the receipts and finding an old Steve Harvey show clip that backed up a Katt Williams statement. Mike, and then every celebrity also within 24 hours, Kevin Hart said something. Ludacris rapped a custom freestyle. Mike Epps said, "Bro, why didn't you talk shit about me? I need ticket sales too." Dave Chappelle was on stage with who was it? But anyways, I just every celebrity that was talked about on it, I feel like came out and felt I needed to defend themselves, which is odd too. And that got more people like, wait, I didn't see it. What's Kevin Hart talking about? Let me go watch. So, man, it was just crazy. It was like a social media viral dream, essentially. But the science behind it, there's a reason why it succeeded so much. It's because Club Shay Shay was able to do those cut downs and get out in front of it as well.